welcome to Family Movie Collaboration, the show where I review family movies both current and nostalgic, but not too nostalgic. Now what can you say about The Wizard of Oz? It has become one of the most enjoyable stories of all time by author L. Frank Baum, but most people remembered it as the classic 1939 movie starring Judy Garland as Dorothy. It was a groundbreaking hit for Wizard of Oz fans and critics alike. So when it was announced that it would be released for 1 week in IMAX 3D this September, millions of fans were excited to hear. But lots of people were wondering what happened in Oz before Dorothy dropped in. Well, that is where the Broadway musical Wicked comes in. For when it opened on Broadway in October of 2003, it was a groundbreaking hit as well. In my opinion, it was an awesome musical. And when I saw it again at Syracuse's Landmark Theater in December of 2012 last year, it shows no sign of getting less clever, less outstanding, and let's not forget, less fun. So why am I talking about The Wizard of Oz? Well, in March of 2013, Disney has released their own version of how Oz is like before Dorothy dropped in the full-length feature film simply known as Oz the Great and Powerful. For when Wicked shows us a story right before the scenes of the classic 1939 movie, Oz the Great and Powerful did the same thing as Wicked did, but with a completely different atmosphere and story. This was Disney's lining up as one of the most awesome live-action movies of all time, besides Mr. Magoo and a Kid in King Arthur's Court. Now since this movie already came out in theaters, I'm not gonna spoil it for people who haven't seen it yet. So, let's get started. Taking place 24 years right before the scenes of the 1939 film, it tells the story about a magician named Oscar Diggs, otherwise known as Oz. He dreams that he doesn't want to become a good man, he wants to be a great one. So after getting blown away by a tornado, he was sent to the wonderful land of Oz, which looks a little bit like Narnia mixed in with Wonderland. Along the way, he meets Theodora, the good witch, and takes him to the Emerald City to meet her sister, Evanora. In order to become the ruler of Oz, a prophecy has been told that he has to go find the Wicked Witch of the West and kills her. Along the way, he teams up with a flying monkey named Finley and a China girl named China Girl, I don't get it, and Glinda the Good to join him on his journey. So what are my thoughts on this movie? Well, I don't want to say this to you guys, but it was awesome. I can't explain why I think this movie is awesome. But enough about that, let's just move on of how this movie was made. Due to the success of Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Disney then looked on the challenge by doing some material related to the Wizard of Oz stories and movies. Screenwriter Mitchell Kipner, along with co-writer Peleg Patel, wrote the script for the movie and then pitched the idea to Sony Pictures, but sadly turned down. In 2009, they pitched the idea to Disney and agreed to the project under the working title Brick. Sam Raimi, the director of the Spider-Man trilogy, agreed to direct the movie while Danny Elfman composed the score and the music after it was written for the past 6 weeks. But sadly, it was the last film that Sam Raimi and Danny Elfman worked on together. And yes, I am very sad to hear about that. Don't rub it in. But what about the actors that brought the characters to life? Well, there's a lot! Like James Franco as Oz, which is his first kids movie he has done, but he did a lot better in much more adult movies. Melania Kunis as Theodora, Rachel Wisling as Evanora, Zach Braff as Finley, Joey King as China Girl, and my personal favorite, Michelle Williams as Glinda the Good Witch. I have no other explanation why, I just find her pretty good. But hey, at least she did a lot better than Tara Strong. No offense, Twilight Sparkle.
Right.
It's amazing how this movie is awesome, and I might as well say, it's really worth checking out. Yeah, you heard right, it deserves to be looked at to your child who is getting into The Wizard of Oz. Or better yet, show them the original 1939 movie. Or take them to see Wicked to know the story of how everything happened before Dorothy dropped in. So, if you got a little child who is a big fan of The Wizard of Oz, this movie is for you. So, on the family movie collaboration number scale, I give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. And all I can say is... no, I don't need to explain anymore. But enough about that. Be sure to join me for my next family movie review. With that said, this is Ackley TAC4427 saying, peace out and have a nice day.
Right.